So is the new Toyota Tacoma so horrible that Toyota or the dealerships now have to discount the car? Well, I don't know about that, but what I do know is that when dealerships start discounting, it's because either the trucks aren't selling or pricing is simply too high. And I think it's a combination of both, but one is because of the other. There are starting to accumulate some Tacomas at dealerships. Now, it's not a ton. It's certainly not like it used to be, right? You know, the days when you'd go to the dealership, you'd walk down the aisles and there were trucks and different models all over the place. I'm not seeing that, but I am seeing a few Toyota Tacomas at some of the dealerships in my area. I've done a couple of lot walks recently, and one dealership had a handful and the other, I think, might have had one. So it's not like there's a ton of them out there. So what it really comes down to, I think, is pricing. And we all know that Toyota got a hefty price increase when the redesign, the new model, came out. And that's one of the biggest complaints, other than the four-cylinder turbo, that I've heard from people on the channel, on other forums, things like that. And I do agree. It's a lot of money for a Toyota Tacoma, particularly when you get into the upper trim levels, right? I mean, the Pro, you could pay anywhere from 60 to 80 grand, I've heard. I don't know who in the world would pay 80 grand for a mid-size pickup truck, particularly a Toyota or a Tacoma, but people apparently are doing it, or at least one has, from what I've heard. Local dealership here, and everything really is pretty much the same, except they have an iForce Max Tacoma. This will be the first one that I've actually seen in person. So let's step out and take a look. It does appear to be in the underground color, and it is a TRD off-road. But let's take a look at it. You can see right here it says iForce Max. Does have the same wheels, more of a all-weather tire though. Not digging that. Wish that were a little more aggressive looking. Does not have the spray-in bed liner. Does have the rear slider on it, so that's pretty cool. It is again a TRD off-road. Does have the button over here to open the tailgate. First one of those I've seen in person. But of course the truck is locked, so we don't have that. Down here it says iForce Max, so you get that badging in the back. Let's take a look at the sticker. That's what I'm very curious about. First, let's take a peek inside. Looks pretty much the same. Does have the big screen in there and the JBL speaker inside. But what does this thing go for? Looks like $56,635, and it's rated at 23 miles per gallon combined, 22 city, 24 highway. And it says here iForce Max 2.4 four-cylinder turbocharged hybrid powertrain. 8-speed automatic transmission. It is a 4x4, and it's got $8,500 worth of I guess package options on it. Wow, another $8,500. Otherwise this truck would be $46,600 plus the $1,495 destination charge. Wow. Let's take a look around. Again, there's the iForce Max badging on the side. It does have the blacked out letters. I think that's pretty cool. Has a front-facing camera. Otherwise looks identical. Oh, there's the chin strap down there. Got to get rid of that kind of stuff, right? And this truck does appear to be a little bit higher. I'm not sure if it's come with some sort of a lift. Let's check the sticker one more time, because I'm curious to know if there's any kind of a lift on this. No, I'm not really seeing anything. It does have a sunroof up there on top. I'm not seeing anything about any kind of a lift on this truck. So I don't know why it seems a little bit higher, but it does to me. Anyway, that is the first iForce Max that I've actually seen in person. Okay, not a whole lot of Tacomas sitting on the lot. The most interesting thing there, I guess, was the first one that we saw driving in, the color, but it was just a TRD off-road. And then the iForce Max, right? The hybrid version. That's it. They had a total of 5 Tacomas on the lot there. So I don't know that that's a good reason for that particular dealership to be discounting Tacomas, but there are more than there have been lately. I think when I was there a couple weeks ago or something, I think they had 3. So they've got 2 more. And I will say, I don't know if you guys noticed in the video, but that hybrid Tacoma is not for sale. So that means it's either going to be a demo vehicle of some kind, or it's already sold. My guess is it's probably already sold, who knows. So of course that means you can't drive it because it's not available. Unless of course it was a demo. Price-wise, I wouldn't expect that you'd get any big discounting at that dealership. They just don't have the inventory. Now, on the other hand, I noticed there were a little over 20 new Tundras sitting on the lot there, and that's about the same number as I saw the last time I was there. So they're not moving. I would think you would get big money off of those Tundras, anywhere between probably $5,000 to $8,000 if you're really good. You could get a really good deal, assuming you have any faith in the Tundra right now. You know, they've been having some troubles, so I don't know. I probably wouldn't buy one right now until they've resolved the engine problem. If you didn't know, there was a big deal about manufacturing or machining parts being left in the engines. They weren't cleaned well enough, apparently, of the new Tundras, and it was causing problems. Not sure if that's been resolved yet, and I'm not sure what Toyota's going to do about it. I mean, realistically, I don't think they're going to bring every Tacoma or Tundra, rather, that they've sold back in and replace all the engines. I just don't see that happening. What they'll probably do is increase warranty to try to appease people that already own them, so that if there is a problem, it'll be covered and the customer won't have to worry about it, other than the hassle of dealing with that, right? Not something I would want to do. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Given the price of that truck we just saw, the hybrid version, $56,000 some odd dollars, I would not pay that much myself. Again, my threshold is 50, right? But anyway, $56,000 some odd dollars, knock off about, let's say $3,000. You're at $53,000 plus tax, tags, title, all that stuff. Would you pay that kind of money for that truck, or is it still way too much, even with the discounts? I'd just be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.